Good afternoon and welcome to Buffer's Alley's famous GA Club, of course, in Wexford. Little overcast today, not quite as fine. And I'm joined by Kate Kelly and Mary McBride all the way from Armagh. Of course, Wexford are playing Armagh today. I'll run through the teams. The Armagh team, Kiri Devlin in goal, Aisling Harvey, Nicola Woods, Stephanie Curry, the full back line, Ellen Lavery, Emer Hayes, Kaila Casey, wearing number 7, Michelle McArdle, Leanne Donnelly in midfield with Ciara Hall, Colette McShorley, Bernie Murray in the half-forward line, and Orla Murray, Ciara Donnelly, sister of Leanne, and Emer Smith, wearing 15. The Wexford team, Laura O'Shea in goal, Claudia Jackman, Aisling Halligan, Sinead Furlong, the full back line, Ciara Donoghue, the captain from Shells, and Kate Kelly, you know plenty about her. Aideen Brennan, sister of the manager Alan Brennan, better known as Buddy, I think. I told him I'm going to call him Buddy anyway, and I didn't care whether he was vexed or not. And Sinead Furlong is the other cornerback. Ciara Donoghue, Aideen Brennan, and Aoife Dunn, who of course Liam Dunn, daughter. Chloe Cash, Roisin Cooney in midfield. I'm looking forward to seeing Chloe Cash because I've heard a lot about her. Ciara Banville, Kate Devericks and Ailish Neville in the half-forward line, and Emma Codd, Emma Tompkins and Lisa Furman in the full-forward line. She's Connor's sister, and the referee today is Liz Dempsey from Kilkenny. Well, Mary, you're very welcome to Buffer's Alley. This is a famous GA club, although they haven't won senior for quite a few years, but they've won a lot of titles here, the home of the famous Tony Dorn. Tell us a little bit about your team. What are they expecting today?
Well, this is the third meeting of Wexford and Armagh this year.
Fed up with one another at this stage, are you?
Sorry?
Are you fed up with one another at this stage?
No, we're pitting today as third time lucky. Wexford have got 2, so Armagh is hoping to topple them today. Both previous games were very, very close. One was a point difference and the league final was 2 points difference. So 2 very skilled teams, and it's all to play for here today. The winner of today will top the group. With then progressing through to the quarterfinals and semi-finals, and the runner-up will also progress to quarterfinals. So they both have another match in them anyway after today. So we're just hoping that the Armagh girls will have withstood the journey this morning and be all stretched out and ready to go.
Absolutely, and you're very welcome to the sunny southeast, although the sun has let us down today. Kate, the junior team, who should we look out for? I've heard a lot about Chloe Cash. Yeah, and Roisin Cooney, of course, Fionn Cooney's sister. We know both of them, and are they two that we should look to today?
Yeah, definitely. And I think Aideen Brennan, centre back, like in the league final, she was player of the match and gave a stellar performance that day. So you have a very strong up the middle. Chloe Cash has been exceptional for this team all through their campaign this year in both league and championship. And like there's been a number of changes on the Wexford team for today. The 2 Cullens and Myrne Fitzpatrick's given way for the full forward line, which Emma Tompkins and Lisa Furman made a huge difference in the last game against Waterford. So it just shows that there's huge competition within this team as well. So I think there's a great showing of fight in them. But as you would say, I would definitely say the Aideen Brennan, the Chloe Cash have been a couple of the key players. Ailish Neville has got a good few scores on the board in the campaign as well. So a few bright, promising players for Wexford definitely on this team.
Well, it's not that warm, although I'm wearing shorts. Not a pretty sight. Thank God the camera's now aiming this direction. We're almost ready for the start. Wexford defending the goal on the left as we look down. The referee, Liz Dempsey. A final group game, and lovely pick up in midfield from Michelle McArdle, working it down towards the forwards. A little bit loose on the far side. It's still in play. Chase Aoife Dunn over on the far side. There should be no question of her credentials with a Sinnott and Dunn background, and sluggish start by both teams. Lovely interception from Aideen Brennan, and ball on the boss of the hurl, and then a little touch from one of the Armagh players, but it's gone out over the line on the far side. I see Owen Morrissey doing the line here. Owen was the games administrator, underage games administrator at Wexford for a couple of years, a Waterford native. He's now taken up refereeing, so really there's nothing at stake here today, Kate, is there?
No, not at all, except to top the group.
Looking to consolidate their position on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Armagh also have a lot of competition within the panel for places, which is great to see.
Aileen Brennan overcarried the ball, a little bit harsh maybe, but she did run into a little bit of traffic, so it's an opportunity for Armagh. I like their jerseys actually, Kate. I'm not so sure how White would manage by the time it's finished, getting the grass stains out of it. I'm not so sure about that.
No, it's a nice kit, all right.
It's
probably better for summertime championship, all right.
We have a great laundry, so we have.
Ciara Donnelly, this is a relatively easy one because she's a couple of yards inside the 50 and she kind of takes a run at the ball. She strikes it very well and that one has gone over. Yep. So Ciara Donnelly is open to scoring for
and an excellent free by Ciara Donnelly. She just made no mistake on that on the 45-yard line and put it straight over the bar.
I suppose from a Wexford point of view, Kate, it's the fine players for the senior team, isn't it? You know, it's a breeding ground, isn't that what it is?
Yeah,
Wexford
definitely.
on the attack. Lovely ball inside, touched away by that excellent Leanne Donnelly. And that's a line ball for Wexford down the right-hand side. And pitch looks well. It's a good venue for Camogie, isn't it, Kate?
Yeah, it's always a great venue to come up to Buffers Alley to play a hurling match.
You get plenty of verbals on the sideline up here. I'm sure you often play it up here.
Yeah, definitely, without doubt.
Great catch.
Ball inside and a chance for Wexford. A little bit lost sight of the possession of the Slitter. Wexford still having an opportunity for Ailish Neville, and Ailish Neville obliges.
Great catch by Wexford. It was a great interception there with catching the ball in there and just unlucky not to drive that into the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely. But she got the second opportunity and took it quite well.
Yeah, you know her very well, of course. She's your club mate.
Yep.
Armagh winning the ball, said, and delivery inside. Always a threat when the ball goes in early, chasing after the Zorla Murray. And doing well, using her strength to get over the ball, and the Wexford defender committing the free. Opportunity for Armagh to get their second point.
And Ciara Donnelly will step up to take us again. She's a very accurate free taker, and I hope we don't jinx her by saying that.
Yeah, it's a little tight. The angle is a little bit different this time, and a little bit more difficult. Goal down on the left. Strikes it very well. Off the right hand side, and that's the second point. 2 points to 1. Armagh leading. Long journey for Armagh, but the roads are so good now, and I'm sure they're delighted to come down. Wexford running on to this one. A bit control missed. Doing well is full forward Emma Tompkins. She has to be related to Shane, I think, has she?
I would imagine she probably is, definitely.
Yeah.
She did quite well to get that free there. She kind of worked the free, and an opportunity for Chloe Cash to.
How good is she on the place ball?
Excellent. Chloe's excellent, and especially on the long range frees. She has a great strike for long range frees.
Yeah. You call that right, Kate?
Absolutely. And I think in this, like you'd see, Wexford have given away two frees already. Like, discipline is a big factor in the game, because the free taking is excellent with these two teams. 2
points apiece, and we played 5 minutes in the opening half here. We're in Buffers Alley, famous ground, and the ball hit inside. I had expected Tony Dorn to be here today. He rarely misses a match here. Armagh player might feel a bit unlucky, but Aileen Brennan in control. Set up towards the attack off the hand. Good defence, and again, it's good work from Emma Tompkins. She may be diminutive like myself, but she puts herself about as Armagh go on the attack. And that one is missed inside, and well controlled by corner forward Shillade Furlong. She knows this ground very well because she's a Buffers Alley girl. Armagh, nice accurate pass, and an opportunity. Brilliant block down.
Brilliant.
Mind you, it was telegraphed. It was telegraphed. It was. She gave herself, Colette McShorley gave herself. She did win a line ball.
Colette McSorley is a very experienced player.
2 points apiece. We played 5.5 minutes here. Dangerous ball in around the area. Off an Armagh player, actually off Orla Murray, but went back to the goalkeeper. Back out again to McShorley. Touched away. And Wexford Heavy tossing ball on the ground, not moving much, I have to say. And that's a lovely pick up from Aideen Brennan. She certainly made a positive start today, Kate, Aideen.
Yeah, no, that was Kira coming out with that one. I think she gave away a free on her last attack and definitely made up for it on that one. And used the new rules in the game there to just take the free over hand.
Just explain the new rules, Kate.
It's
a good idea, isn't it?
Absolutely, and definitely good for quick thinking and getting the ball moving fast.
If something that shouldn't consider in hurling.
Definitely.
Yeah, but then because it's an idea from Camogie, it won't be used in the men's game, will it?
No, I'm not sure.
It's like ladies football.
Maybe so, probably.
The ball should be picked off the ground in football as well. I think it would speed up the game. It's all about providing entertainment for the spectators, and if anything that speeds up a game is worth, and there we saw an example of it there again, Kate.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a certain position on the field where you can't use it?
Yeah, you have to be within the 45-yard line, and you have to be fouled yourself in order to take the quick free from the backs.
And have you seen it work well, Kate?
Yeah, I think some teams haven't really got into the habit of using it.
It's hard
very
to think of
quickly.
it, isn't it?
It is, but if you train your backs to do it, I think if a forward is moving, it's an ideal time to get a quick ball directly up into the full forward line instead of letting the team move their way back.
Have you seen it work, Mary?
Not so much. Even in the game against Waterford, I thought there, I didn't see them taking advantage of.
Is it something that teams should work on?
I think 100%.
Anything that's going to give them an advantage,
As you
know,
say,
to get the ball in.
I mean, if you get a free, Kate, a runner should be running straight away, shouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely. And it's like I suppose it's like the rule that 2 points for a line cut. Like, we haven't mastered that either, but it's definitely one that in Camogie we should be practicing more and more to get more players equipped to do it.
She's a lovely striker, Ciara Donnelly. Is this her third point? I think that might have, I think is the umpire. No, that one might. Well, he got the flag. Yes, it is a point. She's a lovely ball striker, isn't she, Kate?
Yeah, absolutely. By the look of the umpire that time, I could see why you were thinking it was probably a wide, but it was a great score.
Absolutely
and a
fantastic
free
score.
So 3 points to 2. Armagh leading.
Cracking puck from the Wexford goalkeeper there.
Up on the far side, the action over on the far side. Only 200 allowed to the games today. I think it depends on the venue. I think there's only 200 allowed today, but entertaining. It's a long journey for Armagh, but you know, I suppose if you're a northern county, you have a long journey if you're going to play games anyway, isn't that it?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said earlier, the roads are great. It's motorway all the way, so not as stressful.
You were part of county board for.
I was.
Did they kick you out, Mary?
No, they didn't kick me out at all.
You took a break.
I had too many work commitments that I actually got paid for.
Yeah, well, you won't get paid for Camogie as Kate Devericks with an opportunity.
Obviously, I still want to keep my hand and I enjoy the sports, and I know a lot of the girls. Do you know what I mean?
Well, one thing is certain: Armagh can hurl, Kate.
Yeah,
we've seen that.
And going back all the years playing northern teams, you never got that easy. There were always tough battles and encounters. So
yeah. Slowy Cash giving off the ball. A lovely run. Emma Codd, Darren's sister, inside, and that one has gone wide. I think that's the first wide, is it, Kate?
Yeah, that's the first wide of the game. A good move from Chloe Cash, and probably, probably could have taken the strike herself because she's great long range and strike.
Good work by the Armagh defence as well. They're blocking that out, putting her off and putting her under pressure.
Absolutely. Armagh on the attack down in front of us. Nice switch and turn from Bernie Murray in around the house, but coming away with it is Aideen Brennan, is it? Driving well as the full-back, actually, Aisling Halligan. And her father played full-back with the Wexford football senior football team for years. Yeah, she got her skill from the mother's side, though, I think. Gers here. Sure, Gers down on the sideline shouting at her down there. Gers a selector. He summered well, hasn't he? Ger down there.
He has.
Wexford on the attack. And Armagh defence pretty tight back there, not giving much away.
Absolutely, moving things out very quickly out of Armagh defence.
And Colette McCharley is doing really well there. A little bit of space running in behind Ciara Hill. Throws the ball on the boss at her inside. Will she go for the score? She dropped it. She has support from Bernie Murray. Bernie Murray inside. Is that a score? It is a score. Very good score.
An excellent score, and you could see the bit of experience there from Ciara Hill, the little nudge, got the ball passed, and a great score by
Bernie Murray.
Bernie Murray's trademark dummy there. You know, she's great at the sidestepping. She's definitely someone you don't want to see coming at you on the field, though.
I was quite good at the sidestep myself years ago at the old dances in Adamstown.
Probably was an opportunity there even to move forward and take a shot on the goal.
Yeah. It's a chance. Obviously, there's very little between these two teams, Kate. There was only a point in it the last time.
As Mary said, it's a 3-point difference in the last 2 games they've played. And
dangerous ball inside. Wexford doing well and sweeping up Sinead Furlong. Not for the first time today, I have to say, Sinead. Although they've spilled the opportunity. Claudia Jackman looking to win it for Wexford, but Armagh coming danger here, certainly. Oh, and the danger hasn't been averted yet. Chance, and it is a penalty. I think it's the right decision, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. You'd have to say that.
Was there a bit of panic by the Wexford defence?
Yeah, well, Wexford picked it up, and it was a great steal by Orla Murray over on the far corner to bring it across the square, and they did very well to get a penalty there.
Then that just seeing Ciara coming through there and passed it on. And
who'll take this, Mary?
I imagine it'll be Ciara Donnelly will step up to take this.
Yeah. Different rules in Camogie for penalty, Kate, or is it 1-on-1?
No, 1-on-1. Same rule on the goal.
That changed, didn't it, Kate? Well, it used to be 3.
Yes, that moved in one of the rule changes, and not dropping the hurl. And it's Colette McSorley is going to take the penalty, is it?
Yeah, no, it's Ciara Donnelly, I think.
Donnelly.
Yeah, Ciara Donnelly.
She was just standing in the wrong position, so.
Yeah. The linesman is out there. The 2 linesmen are out there. Make sure nobody encroaches. He has a shot. Oh, good stop. Good stop from Laura O'Shea. Probably at the right height for the goalkeeper. But the danger hasn't been averted yet. Oh, the pass across wasn't good. There was still an opportunity for Armagh. And Wexford comes sailing out of the fence with a strong, determined run from the number 6, Aileen Brennan. She's very determined and positive on the attack of the other side, and the ball very close to the sideline. Wexford keeping in play, but Armagh's defence is very tight. I've been very impressed with them in this opening 13 minutes. And the referee has either a free or a line ball. I'm not sure. Might be a free, actually.
Yeah, it was great pressure by Wexford there on the Armagh defence to make her foul the ball.
I think the old saying, when you get a penalty, no matter what the sport is, soccer, you have to score them, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, and you could even see that it lifted Wexford because they got the ball right up into the attack straight away. And
Chloe is wide with this one. But to be fair to the ball striker, Ciara, I wouldn't say she caught as well as she can.
No, I don't think she did. She seemed to stumble as she lifted the ball when she stepped up to take that there. But there'll be another opportunity.
Tell her to give TJ Reid a ring. In fact, a lot of penalty takers could give TJ a ring.
And free takers, I think, in
Absolutely.
general, anything in general.
It's a nice, dangerous ball. I'm very impressed with Colette McSorley. She's, as you say, she's experienced, Mary, but she's involved in the action a lot, and she looks really fit. Wexford breaking up that attack again, and back down in the fence is Emma Tompkins, leaving it off to Roisin Cooney, another fine player, over into the corner, and that one has beaten everybody and out over the line.
Yeah, there's I'm not sure about your Wexford team, but on the Armagh team there's a great mix of experience and youth. You have the likes of Bernie Murray, Colette McSorley, Ciara Donnelly, who would be, seasoned players, and then you've the young 18, 19-year-olds coming through there as well. So it is great to see.
Well, it's the ideal mix with every team, isn't it? A bit of youth and experience.
Absolutely, definitely.
You could have hurled junior, couldn't you? A bit of experience.
I could have.
Are you talking on for the club this year?
No.
Kate. You might come in a quarter-final stage or something like that. Have a surprise package off the bench.
Maybe when we get to the final.
So you're young still.
Very true.
Wexford on the attack. Opportunity here, perhaps, maybe for Ciara Banville. Chance. Oh, lovely hook coming in. I think it was the full-back actually did really well. Nicola Woods. And that one has gone over the bar. So that is a Wexford point.
There's a bit of panic there just to get it out, and she didn't take a look and see where the ball was going.
And a great piece of movement there. Had Ciara Banville caught that ball going through, I've no doubt she probably would have finished it to the net. But
Nicola Woods did well, the full-back.
Yes.
Who scored that, Kate?
Ailish Neville in the end, it was a great recycle of the ball out to Ailish standing.
That's Ailish's
out
second
past the
point.
21.
So Wexford with a narrow 4-3 lead here. We played 15 minutes and a water break. Some people question the water break when it's only a 30-minute game.
I think you'd have to, the rules around getting water to players when the game is ongoing has to change in order for the water break to be taken away. I do agree it's making the game into 4 segments, but I think in terms of once the COVID rules go that you can't bring the water on during the game, once that's gone, I think it will go back to the water breaks being gone.
Yeah, we actually had a match this year, and when it came to the first water break, the opposing team left the pitch and went into the tunnel to the dressing rooms for their water break, which we were sort of like...
Well, it's only supposed to be a minute, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's only supposed to be a minute.
And had the resumption of the game been the other team, they could have well started it without them, because it is only meant to be a minute.
But I believe last weekend in some of the either GAA or hurling, there was boards and tactical possession boards being brought out to the water break and everything.
You won't win games on boards though, will you?
No.
You have to go out and hurl. You still have to go out and hurl and use the ball. It's a very tight game, very interesting game. Some will say low scoring in 15 minutes, but there's plenty of endeavour from both teams, isn't there? And plenty of opportunities in both teams.
Indeed, yeah. Sometimes the low-scoring game are the best because there's end-to-end action. For every score, then.
We like to see scores, Mary.
I'm all right. This is going well at the minute.
We start with an Armagh puck out. A lovely pick up from the centre back, Emer Hayes, sending it down inside. Wexford defence doing well. Aoife Dunn. But losing out this time, Armagh looks dangerous, I have to say, up front, and that's free the other way, is it? No, it's Armagh's free. I thought for a moment she had signalled that it was going to be the other way.
A definite Armagh free, I think, and a correct call. She had possession of the ball and was moving forward, so you'd have to say a good call by Liz Dempsey. And you'd imagine this will be no mistake by Ciara.
To level it up again, 4 points apiece. Kate, and you as a free taker, you were a free taker in your time. She has a very unusual style where she runs in and attacks the ball when she's lifting.
Yeah, definitely.
I know everybody has their own style.
Everyone has their own style and technique, and even on her second free over on 21, I noticed that she was running in on it, and I thought...
Chance for Wexford here. Ailish Neville cutting inside, going a long way. She take the hand pass aside, surely goal here. Yes, brilliantly finished. Lovely run up the far side from Ailish Neville, and the key to that goal was the timing of the pass, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, and straight from the puck out to Ailish Neville, she got around her player, and as you say, the timing of her pass was excellent.
And Emma Codd did well, didn't she, to finish it?
She really finished.
As the defender started to move, she just popped it across, and the defender did nothing wrong, but there was just not enough bodies there to help.
Absolutely.
Fine goal. Goals win games, they say. That hasn't changed. Armagh on the attack. We'll test them now for the next couple of minutes, see how they respond. It's a lovely ball inside from Ciara Hill. She's one of the experienced players on the team, I think. Am I right in saying, Mary?
She would be an experienced player. She's one of the younger ones. But great player. She's a great hand on her for fielding the ball.
Yeah. And it's only when you start to do... when you do this job and you start to investigate teams, you find out how many students are on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
How very few are working. Sweeping up behind goalkeeper coming out. Lara O'Shea. Well, that wasn't very impressive from the Wexford defence.
She just slipped when she went to the ball. There's probably the ground's probably a bit greasy.
That's a good score. That's a good score from Ciara Donnelly. That's her fifth point, Kate. And
Ciara did make great use of that opportunity. Lara came out flying it to clear that, and unfortunately slipped.
Yeah.
And the two Armagh players coming in, turned it over and got a point out of it, which was an excellent score.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heavy tussle for the ball on the 50. And it's amazing when you look at hurling that saying when you're playing Kilkenny, they always have the ability to come away with those balls. They must have it rehearsed that somebody just concentrates. Nobody concentrates on the ball. I believe you're nudging your arse and you're trying to move players out instead of concentrating on the ball.
It's more skillful than that.
You were good at coming out of those with the ball, Kate.
I think you have to concentrate on the ball above everything, and the momentum of that brings you through it.
Yeah. You
and
were good at that. You were cute, of course. Wexford Rooney, a line ball here, almost in front of us. Kate Devericks strikes it reasonably well. Back to her again. Good work from Ciara Banville. Of course, with a panel of 31, both managers have plenty to pick from, so the girls are putting themselves in the shop window today for selection. A lovely run for Chloe Cash again. Strikes it from a tight angle. She did have the confidence to go. The wind, probably a little bit of breeze here, probably dragged it away.
Yeah, and probably should have put it to the far post.
Yeah, she.
But an excellent run by Chloe Cash. Definitely causing trouble in the middle.
Lovely fetch out of the air from Ciara Hill again, from Grain Moore.
And again in the defence there, your number 6.
Yeah, she's having a fine game.
Yeah.
The ball worked down the far side. Armagh, they're nice orange and saffron, I suppose. Well, Antrim or saffron, I better be careful. I'm sure there's plenty of rivalry between yourselves and Antrim. And an opportunity here for Lisa Furman. And Lisa Furman does what you should do when you get an opportunity like that, stick it over the bar.
Yeah,
well
and gets her name on the score.
The defence were just caught there and she got in behind and took a very nice score.
And as I said, Mary, how Antrim respond, how any team responds to a goal, they've responded reasonably well, but Wexford are pushing on a little bit more, Kane, and there's not as much room as there was.
Yeah, definitely the goal has given them that bit of momentum.
It's a really good hurler, that Colette McShorley, isn't she? The ball down inside. She's on the ball now, swinging it inside. But like all defenders, Sinead Furlong, she's having a good game, Sinead Furlong.
Yeah, she's
attacking the ball, Kate. You want to see defenders attacking
Absolutely,
the ball.
and she's out in front.
Yeah, Wexford on the attack again. Ball touched over. Nice control from Kate Devericks. Again, Wexford maybe overdoing the passing. And as a result, Armagh getting an opportunity to send the ball down. On the attack, very close to the sideline here. She actually walked on, she was very unlucky. She might have strained her leg as well, because she walked on the ball and fell away, Ciara Hill. And she gingerly picks herself up. She might be in a little bit of bother. Wexford on the attack at the other end, Ailish Neville. An opportunity for Kate Devericks. She's a strong runner with the ball, but Wexford get their signals mixed up, don't they? Or didn't they? And then there's a response then from Lisa Furman. Her second point.
Yeah, no, it was a great pass by Ailish Neville into Kate Devericks, and possibly Kate probably could have popped it on again to the other corner forward, but they're definitely getting a bit of momentum up front. They're passing one or two a little bit astray, all right, Liam.
And as I predicted, an injury to, I think it's Ciara Hill, isn't it? Yeah. And she was on. Yeah, she did, unfortunately. Yeah, which is be a little bit of a concern. Because she's a very good player, actually. Where is Grain Moore? Is it Grain Moore, Mary?
It's over the hills outside of Katie, so it is.
Katie. And
I don't think it's very hard to direct people. Do you know what I mean? You
yeah,
get through Katie, you turn right, you go up over the hill, and you just keep going straight.
Okay.
Over the hills and far away.
You know, one of the cities that not often spoken about, but Armagh was a lovely city. It's a smallish city, but it is a lovely city, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's the primate capital of Ireland. The two cathedrals, so very proud of that.
So you should be.
Well, but like every town, with COVID and everything, just with this break of play, towns are struggling, small towns are struggling, the small cities, with the hospitality trade, and you have to feel for anyone in, trying to get back up.
Same down here, Mary.
Yeah, exactly.
Same down here.
Exactly.
Armagh again. Ciara's okay to continue. Kaylee Casey, but well read again by Aideen Brennan. She's a fair woman to control that half-back line, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really is getting her.
She's strong as well, isn't she?
Super fielding there by Ciara Hill.
The ball inside. And an opportunity to take the score. Will she take the score? She turned very well. She might have pushed it dead. So she put it over. Good score from Emer Smith. That's your club, is it, Mary?
No, I'm Derry Noose.
Oh, Derry Noose.
I'm Derry Noose, the centre of the universe.
Yeah, well, you're in the land of milk and honey here, aren't you, Kate?
Blink and you'll miss it.
Emer Smith. Good work from centre back Emer Hayes and Tully Sarin. We'll know everything about Armagh before we finish today, where all these towns are. Over the mountain to Katie. No one has gone out over the line. It'll be a line ball to Armagh.
Well, Armagh's famous for apples and Wexford's famous for strawberries, so just have a fruit salad here today.
I don't see any strawberries. Oh, there's apples.
Well, there's apples here behind us. Is that just for the Armagh people?
We're fed up eating strawberries, aren't we, Kate?
Yeah, it's near the end of the season now, is it, Liam?
Yeah, well, it's nearly 12 months of the year now. You get strawberries. Coming up to 25 minutes played, and it's 1-5 to Wexford, 7 points to Armagh. That goal, the difference, brilliantly finished by Emma Codd after being crafted by Ailish Neville. Wexford on the attack again. I like to see players having a go at the post, maybe going for the corner, trying to search out Lisa Ferman. Scored the last 2 points for Wexford. She lost sight of the ball that time. She didn't know where it had gone, over in the corner. Still battling hard for it. And a fair family aren't the Fermans. They've contributed so much to hurling and to football and to Wexford, really, and they're still all young.
Yeah, definitely.
Lisa's Connor's sister. David is the father. He'll fix any plumbing problems you have. You don't have any?
Not at the minute, anyway.
Okay. He mightn't go to Armagh, although he would.
I'd say
if the opportunity arose, he would.
If the price was right, he would go, I'm sure.
Lovely strike. I love the way she follows through, Kate. It's a sign of a really good, as I say, Mary, you wouldn't have known, well, you might have known, but this one alongside me here was one of the best free takers ever in Camogie, weren't you?
I played me part.
Practice from the time you were 5, didn't you, Kate?
Modest as well.
Didn't you? Practice from the time you were 5, didn't you?
I tried, yeah.
Wexford on the attack again. A strong run. Those two midfielders starting to get into game. Roisin Cooney. That's 3 points from the midfielders, Kate.
Yeah, they are causing Armagh some difficulty there.
We spoke about them. They're mobile and fast, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very alike. The two of them look very similar there in the middle of the field.
The Wexford attack and runs definitely causing Armagh some problems there.
Yeah, 7-7. Wexford leading as we 3.5 minutes from the half-time whistle. Armagh doing well, though. They're not giving up. They didn't make this long journey just to... They are entertaining us pretty well, pushing the back.
Number 3 feels a wee bit aggrieved about that free there.
And that's
Aisling.
Ger Halligan's daughter. That's Ger down on the sideline there. He's a selector. But I think that was a free, Kate.
I'd possibly say it was a free as well, and a good call by Liz. I suppose when you're in the throes of championship and you're eager to get the ball, you can see how a slight push and you can get agitated.
You're never wrong, though.
Yeah.
You're never wrong when you're on that field.
This is a difficult one for Ciara Donnelly. Strikes it really well. You'd be proud of that, Kel.
That was a brilliant sport.
Yeah, she allowed for. Yeah, she cut it in and allowed. That's her 6th point today. Really good. And you know what? She might have scored a goal from the penalty, but it's very good. 178 points. Armagh are not going away, Kate.
No, definitely not. And it's only a 2-point lead, to be fair to
Wexford on the
Armagh.
attack again. That run through the middle again is Chloe Cash. Still going, wearing number 8. And that's a good score. That's her 3rd point today, Kate. I know 2 of them are from frees, but the positive running, I love to see players with positive running, especially in midfield.
And she's so strong and athletic, and definitely makes a statement when she's winning the puck out and pushing forward like that and getting a point.
I was talking to Stella Sinnott earlier, and she was saying, or during the week, that she's saying Chloe Cash wouldn't look out of place with the senior team.
Definitely not. Definitely deserves a go with the senior team.
Yeah, I know the senior team are training here after this as they prepare for Kilkenny. They couldn't have asked. We might talk about that later on, Kate. Certainly a tough one next week. And Wexford winning a free back in their own half.
when you're facing the All-Ireland champions, it's always going to be a tough one.
But is it a good time to play them, Kate?
I think so, given that they're...
Wexford seem to be improving all the time, don't they?
Yeah, definitely, and you'd have to say that Kilkenny's performances haven't been consistent all through the championship.
Wexford look to be getting more organised, don't they, and a more settled team.
Yes, definitely.
Over on the far side, Armagh there. See Brawley going up on the far side, rain, but we're shielded here. Wexford on the attack again, but again Armagh doing really well in the close encounters. Armagh do really well. And I suppose maybe if you're manager, the Wexford team were grouped a lot, Kate, you'd like to see them keep their shape a bit better and use the wide open spaces. It's Kate Devricks, I think, is going to take this line ball on the far side. Rack Row Cushions down, of course. Joanne Dillon's club. She's the senior Camogie team.
Yep.
One of the Armagh players. That's not Ciara Hill down again, is it?
No, it's Shelley
Ciara's here.
McCardle. Shelley McCardle.
Yeah.
I keep calling her Baron Maiden now.
But you'd have to say a very even first half. Like the difference had
goal, I
Armagh
suppose,
got
the only
had they got their penalty, you would say it'd probably be on even scores at the minute. So very evenly fought first half.
It is, and it's great to see the tight matches, because there's nothing worse than going out, and it's no good for either team going out and getting hammered off the field. You know what I mean? So,
it's taken Wexford a while to settle at this level, has it, Kate? It was a bit of a stuttering start, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well,
is that because new management team in there?
In the championship, you mean? Liam?
Yeah, the junior team, is it taking them a little?
I think they're starting to find their feet. They had a very good league campaign, which they won, and they come up against Armagh. Okay, their last game against Waterford, you'd have to say that was a bit of a struggle. They didn't finish out the game very well, and Waterford gave them a bit of a fright. When you compare that to Armagh beat Waterford 3-12 to 2-8, it seemed to be more fluid or more comprehensive from Armagh, which we thought Wexford would have done against Waterford. But
is it the case that you're always going to get one game, Kate, where things just don't fire on a day?
Yeah, and if you can still get a win in and things don't fire on a day, you'd be happy with that, and they did. They got their win against Waterford.
It's an opportunity again for Roisin Cooney. She's very strong in midfield. In fact, it wasn't Roisin Cooney. Roisin Cooney's in on the end of this, but Armagh sweep up and defend very well. They're keeping in the game tight, 1-8 to 8 points with 31 minutes played. Not sure what injury time. That's a lovely pick up from Ciara Hill, sending it down towards the attack and running into space. Won't come up for Bernie Murray. Does eventually come up for Bernie Murray, trying to take on. She did well because she had the attention of two Wexford players to deal with, but again, strong defence.
And it's very much, if they get out in front, they're winning the frees, and they're like Aisling maybe a bit annoyed over the last free still. She came out in front.
She wasn't going to lose that one.
No, absolutely not.
Played nearly 32 minutes. Wexford leading here, 1-8 to 8. Aisling Harvey doing well. And Armagh, the Orchard County, of course, Armagh.
Absolutely.
As you reminded us. The ball down inside,
there.
and this one is Wexford defending well. Aoife Dunn, she's done well today too. Wexford on the attack again, hoping to get something big before half time, and it's touched down inside. Danger here. The goalkeeper made the decision to come, and when you make the decision to come, you've got to make sure you come. Was that cheap one off the ground? Maybe not a chance here. Oh, a wicked shot, Chloe Cash. That's her 4th point today, and she struck it.
They were looking to optimise on the fact the goalkeeper was out, but it just slid over the top.
Definitely, and you could see that in Chloe's reaction too when it popped over the bar. She definitely was looking for to put it in the back of the net.
She struck it very quickly, Kate.
As
the referee blows the whistle for half time, the referee is Liz Dempsey. So a good entertaining game, Kate.
Yeah, definitely, and a strong performance, I'd say, by the Wexford midfield. Definitely Chloe Cash and Roisin Cooney causing Armagh a lot of issues around the middle, and outside of that, you'd have to say up the middle, and the backs are holding their own. If they were a little bit more disciplined, it'd probably hold Armagh out a bit more, but a good entertaining first half, definitely.
Is it fair to say that the goal probably gave Wexford that little lift, didn't it?
I think, yeah, the save definitely gave, because Wexford got their goal directly after that, and had Armagh got their goal at that point, they would have been 1-4 to 3 points up, so it definitely would have given Armagh more momentum, and probably has knocked them back a little bit.
Yeah, there's some of the Armagh players, on how I've seen them play, and in previous games. They've still another couple of gears to go, so hopefully get a bit of water and glucose on board here at half time, and we'll blame the journey.
And sometimes I always say, look, there's the game realistically doesn't mean anything. It's really for them to express themselves and to get out there and put in a performance without any pressure. So sometimes it's nearly harder to gear yourself up for for that kind of championship momentum when it's not a knockout.
Yeah, both teams are here today and they both know they're progressing to the next stage.
With a panel of 30 and 31, they're playing for their places too, to a certain degree, aren't they?
Definitely. Well, Wexford, a panel of 29. I think Letty Whelan and Hayley Catlin.
Yeah, they're long-term injuries, aren't they, sadly?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back for the second half. Just a special shout-out to our cameraman, Finbar Flanagan, who's been on the go. He's in Wexford Park last night, till God knows when. And these live streams don't just happen. He's a lot of setting up to do. He's here since 11 o'clock this morning, so a special shout out. I know he won't turn the camera on himself, but we'll be back for the second half. We're going to have Mary Foley's cakes, buns and tea and coffee here, and we'll be back in plenty of time for the second half. Now we're back on air for the second half. Mary Foley's here today, so I've had about 7 cakes at this stage, and I'm on my 3rd cup of tea, and I'm a little bit worried about Kate Kelly. She had 2 cakes, which is not like her.
I'm going to have to give this feedback to Armagh now.
The Tooth Fairy.
There. We need to be treated like this.
Just to remind you again that Wexford are leading 198 points, and we start the second half. Wexford with an early attack. No changes, I think, in either team. We just had a quick look. And again, Armagh working hard. Ciara Banville and Timon Cameras. But it's cleared by Keela Casey from Cully Hanna.
Cully Hanna in South Armagh.
South Armagh. And Armagh taking the goal on the right in this second half, and Wexford coming out immediately that ball. We were just talking at half time, Kate, about
for Armagh.
Chloe Cash mightn't be far off the senior team, and certainly Aideen Brennan would probably do a job, maybe not centre back, but very impressed with those 2 players. I know you'll say senior and junior is slightly different, but you can't deny the class of any player when you see them.
Absolutely, definitely. There's a number of players there with potential, definitely to step up, Liam.
And one of the players we're talking about, Aideen Brennan, firing it into the corner, making Emma Codd run. Emma, of course, got that goal in the first half. Plenty of hurling in her family. And she turns her marker, hits it in, and goalkeeper doing well with it. Ciara Devlin clears her lines, and well taken by midfielder Leanne Donnelly. And Armagh on the attack. No score in this opening minute and 23 seconds of the second half. Quite cold here today, and probably the coldest day of the summer so far. I believe there's a heat wave on the way from next weekend, the last fortnight of August. So if you have any holidays planned, or you haven't taken them yet, I suggest you take them. This is a lovely run from Chloe Cash again. But this time it's blocked, and maybe an opportunity for Lisa Furman. Working inside, a chance of a goal maybe here. Perhaps she could have taken herself. Oh, strike. And maybe Ciara Banville could have had a go herself, but completely missed by Ailish Neville. Probably go down as a chance missed, I'd say, Kate. One very close to the line. Should have been scored, shouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Ailish probably, 9 times out of 10 would actually bury them in the goal, but unfortunately it didn't work today.
Sinead Kiernan is on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out
a famous Armagh name, of course. And Armagh on the attack again. Ciara Donnelly working it inside, and it's with the centre forward Colette McShorley. Tried to work her way into position, and she struck it really well. And in fact, she struck it so well that it's gone in as a goal.
Absolute screamer, you'd have to say. It was a fantastic strike, top corner.
Laura O'Shea never saw it.
It was, but I agree with what you were saying there about the steps. It seemed she was lucky probably to get away with that and not be blown up for fouling, but great finish.
A really good finish. Colette McShorley. And that's the kind of start that Armagh would have wanted, Kate, in the second half.
Yeah, definitely, and we're down to a 1 point margin now at this point. Only 2 minutes gone in the second half, so we're in for a great fight in the second half by both teams.
It was really well struck. We hardly saw the sliotar, so you can't blame Laura O'Shea for not seeing it.
No, it was definitely a cracking shot.
Wexford on the attack at the other end, a positive run for Ailish Neville. She had a goal chance, which was created by Ciara Banville, who might have gone herself, and the referee from Kilkenny, Liz Dempsey, makes the decision in favour of Wexford, so it'll be a free in for them.
So the number 21 for Armagh, Sinead Kiernan, has come on and
entered the half forward
line. No.
Is it a popular name in Armagh then?
Well, Jo Kiernan, or she's Kiernan.
So yeah.
And we have the number 5, Ellen Lavery.
Is that my first mistake today, Kate?
I would say yes, that's your very first mistake today, Liam.
Imagine that. Chloe Cash making no mistake with that one. So that a good response from Wexford after conceding a goal, which I have to say was a very good. Actually, the 2 goals we've seen here today have been very good. I was talking to Joe Dorn, a great hurler in his day, of course, and the member of the Dorn clan, said he's enjoying the first half. It was good. Open Camogie. It's improved as a game so much, Kate, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And the rules are definitely allowing for that as well.
You are involved in the Players Association. Had you any say in the rule changes?
No, we probably just would have given a bit of feedback back and did a few of the surveys. Other than that,
goal score again, but she
input that way.
It's blocked, and that one will go down as a wide. There was an opportunity for Colette McShorley again.
Yeah, I think Emer Smith should have went on herself and took a point.
Do you know what? It's very easy up here, Mary.
Absolutely. Sure, we're pros here.
Wexford goalkeeper Laura O'Shea. The only thing that confused me about Camogie is that the goalkeeper wears the same
Kit.
Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
No, but is it confusing?
Yeah, I think it can be confusing. Yeah, definitely that the goalie wears the same gear as the outfield players. Considering they still have the same rules and protections as in hurling, so it is a bit confusing that they wear the same gear.
Yeah. Is there a reason for it? An official?
It was always that way, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't remember it any other way. I always remember it as, so I don't remember the.
If you're a good enough goalkeeper, doesn't matter what you wear.
Well, yeah.
Wexford on the attack, and well played around well. That was hit a little bit too hard by Chloe Cash, but she's always looking for the ball. I'm very impressed with her indeed. As Wexford come forward again, and a chance for a midfield partner, Roisin Cooney. They've started the second half the way they finished the first, and that wasn't well struck at all by Kate Devrick. She hit it too casually, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely hit it too casually, and she'll be disappointed with that strike off her left.
There's been quite a few positional changes in the Armagh.
Well, we'll depend on you for that, Mary, to watch that. Earn your fee today, is that right, Kate? Wexford come forward again, Aidan Brennan again. Yeah, we haven't told you yet. Depends on who wins. The ball is won. Emma Tompkins scoops it away to Chloe Cash again. And she strikes it really well.
And to be fair to Chloe, she has improved her game so much that she got the opportunity there to stick it over the bar, and a great finish by Chloe Cash.
I know, is Kevin Tatton here today? I know they're training here after, but he would have been very impressed. I'm sure some of the selectors are watching. I know that Richie Hendrick, strength and conditioning coach, is here. Some of the other selectors are here watching, and that one has beaten everybody. Armagh, it'll go down as a wide. The wides have been scarce, haven't they?
Yeah, I think
credit to both teams, actually.
Definitely, yeah. 7
minutes played, 111 to 1-8. Jerry Halligan's voice down on the left, you can hear it. Former manager of the Wexford senior football team, of course, and a good block down from Emma Codd. The work rate has been pretty decent, and that's another good score this time from Kate Devrick. She's on the score sheet.
And I'd say a great finish by Kate Devricks, but Aisling Harvey did all the hard work, great fielding, and will be really disappointed with that clearance.
Yeah, absolutely. Wexford they're taking their scores and opportunities when they get them, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah, and they built a 4-point lead, and fairness, 6 players have scored for Wexford, Kate, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, there's a good spread on the scorers and the forwards, and there's good movement between them as well.
Wexford on the attack again, and Wexford's response to Colette McShorley's goal has been pretty positive from a management point of view. Alan Brennan, better known as Buddy, is the manager, of course, into the goalkeeper's hand, confidently takes it Laura O'Shea. Not the easiest place to play in goal, of course, but bursting out of the fence and doing really well. Sinead Furlong leaving it off. She had a good first half as well, and good distribution of the ball, and running at the heart of the Armagh defence, Roisin Cooney. She had support outside, and she overplayed, took her eye off the ball actually, and the ball, a lot of players don't realise, and this is an easy opportunity, how she found a little bit of space, but it wasn't well struck by Kate Devricks. Goalkeeper drops it out for 45. Sometimes those balls are hard to deal with when it's coming slow out of the air, isn't it?
Yeah, no, and nothing coming at you, and she'll be, like you can see by the goalie's body language, that she's really disappointed that she missed that. So another opportunity for Chloe Cash to add to her scores. Wexford's
response to Armagh's goal has been very positive, Kate, hasn't it?
So there's Orla Murray coming off for the Armagh team, and number 16 Orla Curry going on in the half-forward line.
You were just saying, as we watch this, Mary, I'll ask you in a minute now, and again Chloe Cash. That's 7 points for her today, Kate.
Yeah, and as I said, Chloe is definitely powering it forward from the middle of the field, and I think Wexford reaction to both goal chances have been really positive. In the first half, when Armagh missed the penalty, they went on to score a point or two, and following Armagh's goal in this half, Wexford have gone on to score 4 points in a row unanswered.
You were saying, Mary, that Matty Lennon is an experienced manager.
He is indeed, yeah.
He was with the Tyrone Hurlers, was he?
He was with Tyrone Hurlers. He manages his own club team as well.
It's an opportunity here, perhaps maybe in the full back line. Good work again by Ciara Donnelly. She's not, as I say, in stature size, but she's certainly able to use what she has to create space. But Wexford are much tighter, I think, in the second half. A much better start in the second half than in the first half from Wexford. They're definitely determined to win this, and of course they are. That's a chance for Bernie Murray. Knocked down by the goalkeeper. Danger. But she redeemed herself very well, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely. And
you don't want to see a goalkeeper doing that, do you?
No, a little bit like Owen Murphy for Kilkenny. When they take it down, you have to be sure you're going to clear it. So a few shaky minutes there when the ball was blocked down by Lara.
A little bit of space here and a good attacking move. Nice take. Well done, Lisa Furman. She loses out this time. Very good hurling from fullback Nicola Woods. But both defences doing quite well, actually. And this is an opportunity for Bernie Murray. She's already scored one, leaving it out to the goal scorer, Colette McShorley. That's a very good score.
Good point.
Tell us a little bit about Colette.
Colette is a maths teacher. So she is. Colette's played for years. Her club's Tullysarn. She did take a couple of years out and she's back in this year now. She's a very keen golfer. So going from Camogie to golf and back
the
to
pace
Camogie.
is a little bit faster, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You have to swing a little bit harder. Camogie.
And the ball doesn't wait for you in Camogie either.
No. No. And the ball knocked down the line. There was a famous character in Clobon, Kevin Foley. He's no longer around, and they were watching the Masters one night in the local pub, and they were marvelling at Tiger Woods, and sure, Foley said, "Just I'd be as good as him." Sure, nobody marking him. Of course, he's able to hit the ball. As Wexford come forward again, an opportunity this time for Ciara Banville. In around the area where it might hurt most. A little bit of misty rain falling, but it's gone a little bit warmer maybe, and good clearance by Aisling Harvey. Actually, the Armagh full back line have done pretty decently today, Kate.
Yeah, definitely. They're coming out with their fair share of the
Actually,
ball.
both defences have been pretty decent today. With 113 to 1-9, Wexford leading 12 minutes played. Armagh on the attack and getting in behind the full back, Aisling Halligan. Aisling doing well though, using her size and strength to close down. That's a really good score.
Great score from Emer Smith there.
Fine score, I think. Is it Orla Murray?
No, that was Emer Smith from
Emer
the
Smith.
Knob Club there.
Well, if it wasn't one corner forward, it was going to be the other, wasn't it? So I was technically nearly right.
Nearly right.
And for me, that's good. Poke out, landing down. It's a good poke out as well. Breaking around midfield area. Throwing in her backside to try and win that was Ailish Neville. And cleared by Armagh. 3 points in, 113 to 110. Tight game. Well, we expected this, talking to people that have seen both teams play each other before the start of this game, that it was always going to be tight, and so it is.
Yeah, and that goal in the first half still the only difference in the two teams.
And again, it's the impressive Aideen Brennan. I love her aggressive style of hurling. She comes out, attacks the ball. Opportunity. Losing out. Lisa Furman. Where is the Sliders on the ground? Kicked away. Armagh doing well again. Lovely, determined and confident run, but two Wexford players getting in. There's a hurl gone missing, and I think it's the hurl of Leanne Donnelly. Where's my hurl, she's probably saying. Wexford win it back, and that's out over the line, and that'll be a line ball. Kate Devricks getting blocked down. She gets an opportunity to fasten her boots. A little bit of attention for Ciara Hill. Poor old Ciara's been in the wars today, hasn't she?
She definitely has. She's not afraid to get stuck in.
She must be offered the summer, or is that a natural tan, I wonder?
Oh, sure, they're all natural tans.
What happened to us, Kate?
I always had a natural tan as well.
White, natural white.
That's it, exactly.
That's well taken. So close from Ailish Neville. Working it across the field. Lovely take again from Chloe Cash. Attacking inside and hooked. Brilliant hook coming in from the centre back, Emer Hayes. But the opportunity is still there for Wexford. No, it's Hayes again. She's done well, the centre back. Really good clearance from the number 6. Very close to the sideline on the far side. Kept in by Ciara Donoghue, captain of the team today from Shelma Lears. She's Simon and Jodie's sister, of course. And they're playing at 3 o'clock in Wexford Park. That's an effort from Roisin Cooney. That's a really good score from Roisin Cooney, isn't it?
Score.
Yeah,
Kate?
a fantastic score.
That's her second point.
I think that was Chloe Cash over on the far side that scored
I
that.
thought it was Roisin, number 9. It was one of them anyway.
It was Chloe Cash.
Was
Chloe Cash, was it?
For the water break there, I think.
Water break.
Another great score by Chloe Cash over on the far sideline.
I think it's a more of a, not aggressive is not the way to describe the second half, but it's certainly more maybe keenly contested. The pace is up a bit, I think.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Wexford, to be fair, are probably more efficient up around the forwards, and their score getting is excellent. I think Chloe's having a great game midfield, and it's really shown. Like, she's scored 3 points from play and 3 points from frees, which is a great return from your midfielder. And as you say, the spread of scores are brilliant. But I would say that point by Emer Smith was probably one of the best points of the game so far.
Tight angle, wasn't it,
Very
Kate?
tight angle, and a great. She took the opportunity well, and Armagh probably should be taking a little bit more of that, where they get the opportunity to stick it over the bar, just to keep that margin very tight coming into the closing stages of the game.
Absolutely.
Mary, if I may ask you, we were just saying, Camogie, you think of Armagh, you think how difficult it is, but it's not difficult anymore to play Camogie, since since things calmed down politically in the north, it's much easier now, is it, for Gaelic games?
Oh, absolutely. For many years now, it's been very easy for the Gaelic sports to carry on.
Is there a cross divide? Have the other side, say the Protestant side, started to play Gaelic games? Or?
There is some clubs would have players from other denominations.
I know we're making it religious, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. But it's all the GAA family. It's all inclusive, So if people want to play, come play.
But it's a much better place to live in now.
Than
Northern
Armagh.
Ireland. Northern Ireland's a much better place to live in now.
Oh yes, absolutely. From when I was younger, I'll not say how much younger, but when I was younger, it's completely different. It's easier. I think universities in Belfast and the young ones going to university and they're mixing, and they're not necessarily mixing within their own friend groups. They're extending that there, and they're getting to experience.
And young people are not as, I suppose, religious bound anymore, and they're not politically bound anymore.
They're more accepting, I think, nowadays.
Is that a good thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Have to take the opportunity when we have somebody to be, because it's like in two different worlds. Either you're running a couple of hours up the road. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I know. You'd be in a foreign country quicker than you'd be in Wexford from Armagh.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Is it a 3-hour journey?
Well, I
don't
don't know if I should say this on live stream. I don't know, 2 hours 15. But I didn't stop.
Bad a journey, to be
I must
fair.
get a car like hers.
Yeah.
What are you driving?
An Audi S6.
Oh, well, there you are, Kate. You've an Audi, haven't you?
A very old one.
Wexford on the attack again. We're back from the water. We better concentrate on the Camogie or we'll be fired. I think Wexford made a change. Have they, Kate? Have they made a change? I see Aoife McRae on there, maybe. I thought I caught a glimpse of her. Her father, John, was here. Not Father John, her father, John, was here a couple of minutes ago. Armagh with an effort. Dangerous ball. Oh, good, confident goalkeeping. Kept her eye on that, but Armagh have it back. Armagh certainly, is that the sub who came in?
That's Orla Curry.
Orla Curry. Good defence from Wexford back there. Good, strong, aggressive from Aisling Halligan. She's not easy to get around. Her father was a bit the same when he played fullback. He was hard to get around. So. And that one is clear down the field by Aoife Dunn. There is a sub on, Kate, isn't there? Megan Cullen is on. And her father, Cullen Fruit. Of course, the two Cullens are sponsors of the girls as well. They help the sponsors, so work over on the far side. Kate will work out who's gone off. And
We also have Grace Roach, number 19, is also on in the full forward line.
Yeah.
So there's 2 substitutes.
Is it Emma Codd that's gone? I see Lisa Furman there.
No, it's not.
I'll let you figure that out,
I'll
Kate.
figure it out, yeah.
You're much younger than me. You'll be able to work those things out much quicker than me. 114 to 110. Nearly 17 minutes played in the second half. Entertaining, I have to say. highly entertaining game. And of course, the positive from both teams is that they're still in the championship, whatever happens today. This is the final group game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it a fact that one of them might go to the semi-finals after today? No.
Yeah, well, it depends on the draw tomorrow. So there's 3 groups in the Premier Junior. So I think the way the draws work, the first team out will go to quarterfinals, and the remaining 2 go to semis, and then the runners-up of each group go to the quarters. So.
A bit complicated, is it?
I think it's been outlined to start, so I think that's what the players are focused on.
Doesn't mean it's not complicated.
It probably is a little bit complicated.
Well, probably for men, it's probably a little bit more complicated than for women.
Most things are complicated for this fella, but anyway, Armagh on the attack again. Goal on the right here in Buffer's Alley. We've been royally treated by Buffer's Alley today. Nice to see a lady chairperson, Kate Donoghue. Kate's in it, of course. You'd expect nothing else from the Synods.
Absolutely.
Unless you're playing against them, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when the abuse will start. 114 to 110, Wexford leading. Good entertaining game, Kate, isn't it?
Yeah, no, an excellent
Plenty of
game.
skill on view as well.
Absolutely. And 4 points in it with 15 minutes to go.
You can see that there's competition for places when you have a squad like that. Because when you're a sub on the sideline, no matter who you are, you always feel that you should be on, or you should, which is not a bad thing for a bad idea running through a sub's head that I should be on, or I want to be on, and when I get on then to prove that I should start.
Absolutely. And 3 changes from the last day, and there's a lot of you have Alana Davis, you've Grace Roach, you've Katie Gallagher, Aoife McRae, Dern Cullen, and the other Cullen Megan. They were, there's plenty of fighting for places there.
I'm sure it's the same with Armagh, their bench.
We were unfortunate. One of our full forwards, Rachel Murray, got a bad injury last week, and is unfortunately out for the rest of the year, I believe. So she's a big miss in that full forward line. Great free taker, great at her point scoring as well. You know
what, Kate, I must commend the referee because she's letting the game flow. In a lot of Camogie matches I see, referees are too whistle happy and spoil the game in a way. But I have to say, in fairness to Liz Dempsey, because she comes from a good hurling county, so in Kilkenny the referees don't blow the whistle no matter what the grade is. And Wexford winning a free in this time, getting fouled is Ciara Banville.
Yeah, definitely. And
it's vital to a game, though, isn't it? The performance of a referee.
Yeah, and it definitely, and to the entertainment spectacle, it definitely needs to be let flow a bit.
With referees, you don't talk about them.
Yeah. It's actually great to see a female referee as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the 2 subs that came on were Grace Roach came on for Emma Codd, and Megan Cullen came on for Ciara Donoghue, and Roisin Cooney has gone back wing back. So they're the 2 subs.
And who's gone to midfield then, Kate?
Megan Cullen has gone midfield.
So Aisling Harvey has just picked up a yellow card for that foul on Chloe Cash.
First one today, Chloe Cash
again.
Yes.
There's no mistake in that one.
Yeah, I think that's her 10th point, Kate, is it?
Yes, I think so. You've 10, I think I've 7 or 8.
115 to 110. 5 points. Another sub for Armagh, Niamh Forker. If you were in full flight, you'd have to be careful how you'd pronounce that name, Kate.
That's Niamh Forker replacing Colette McSorley.
And there's also a substitution on the Wexford team. Lisa Furman has made way for Murren Fitzpatrick.
I think it's a good idea for management teams to give the bench a chance, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely.
When effectively there's
nothing at stake.
Yeah. Lovely clearance up the line from Leanne Donnelly. She's had a fair battle on her hands today with 2 midfielders from Wexford. Armagh haven't given up the ghost. Good defence from Claudia Jackman from Lynn Barntown. Been impressed with both full back lines today, and that's a good clearance down from Grace Roach. Grace from Lynn Barntown.
Grace is still a minor player, so she's on the Wexford minor team.
Yeah, they were a little unlucky last week, I think, were they?
Yeah, definitely, but it's great to see her coming through onto the junior team and showing some promise.
Yeah, absolutely. Lovely determined run out of the fence. Pass on to the sub who came in, Murren Fitzpatrick from Castletown. Great to see a club like Castletown getting involved, and that's an effort. She kept the head down when she struck that, Kate, and probably that's the reason she pushed it wide.
Yeah.
Probably heard the defender coming behind her.
Probably. But a great run from her nonetheless. She started in the backs with that ball and followed up and took the pass back, and unfortunately it ended in wide.
Lovely skill from Sinead Furlong. And I believe that JJ Doyle has taken over Buffers Alley, Kate.
I believe that's what I
That's
heard
the
as
rumour
well.
circulating. In Camogie, of course.
Yes. I believe that's happened last
Championship
weekend
wide
or the
open
week
this year?
before.
I know Noel Houlihan, my old pal, is with St. Martin's, is it? Will it be an interesting championship this year?
Yeah, I definitely think the Martins will be making a big play to get the cup back down on their side. So I'd like to think it's an open championship, definitely.
Yeah. And Wexford coming forward again, burying her way through is Emma Tompkins. Been very impressed with her today, and that's a lovely point from Ailish Neville. That's her third point. And I spoke about Emma Tompkins before. She may be small in size, but she's certainly able to work her way through, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. And a great finish by Ailish Neville. She does a lot of work around the field, passing off great balls. And
That's a
nice
6 point
finish.
margin now, Kate, with 23 minutes played in the second half.
Yeah, very strong performance by Wexford.
Little misty rain here. Might make it slippy, but the players are handling it very well. It's a line ball to Armagh up on the right hand side. Wonderful complex here, haven't they, in Buffers Alley? Great club to raise money.
Yeah, and constantly developing it.
Great club to
keeping
feed us
push
as
on.
well. Will we see a hurl for the club this year, Kate?
No, I don't think so, Liam.
I'd say there's another game in you, Kate, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, when there was
Better start running then.
there was a little bit of hesitation there, so maybe. How Shells are you rebuilding, Kate?
Yeah, definitely. Things are going well enough. And
Who's over the Camogie team this year?
Stephen Whelan.
Yeah.
So he's getting the numbers and they're putting in a good effort of training.
It is a numbers game, though, isn't it? That shows you how you're going to compete at the club if you get the numbers in all sport.
Yeah, definitely.
People are turning up to train.
And the wheel definitely goes round as well. And as you say, you have to rebuild. And so if they can just keep positive.
No, I think that was more accidental
I
than
think it was. There was
intentional.
no intent there at all. It was just a wayward stick.
Although the Liz Dempsey, the referee, doesn't think so. But
No, she looks like she's going to give her a yellow card, but you can see there's huge enthusiasm in the subs that came on. They're really wanting to make a play for the places on the team.
I see you got a mention in for the sponsor for the Wexford team, so I better give a shout out to my brother's company, McBride Utilities, for sponsoring the Armagh team.
what products? What product? What
It's
are they
utilities,
involved in?
it's pipeline and stuff like that. They're all construction type stuff. So.
Do you work for him?
No, I do not.
Is he that bad? He is.
No, you just don't work for them. Like. I have 6 brothers and I wouldn't work for any of them.
Jesus,
I hope they're not listening.
your mother was a busy woman.
I have a sister as well. She has an All-Ireland Premier Junior medal.
Oh, brilliant. Well done.
A girl.
93, and she's an intermediate one from 94.
Just before you were born, Kate.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Referee is.
There's about 5 minutes left on the
Want to
clock.
throw this in, yeah. 25 minutes played, 116 to 110. We might be able to grab one of the players or maybe manager after. I know the Wexford senior team are training here as they prepare. They were in St. Martin's on Thursday night. A strong, determined run from Leanne Donnelly. And I think for me is that midfield area of Wexford in the last 10 minutes before half time. They got a hold of the game and it's a crucial area. More so in Camogie, I think, Kate, than hurling it. That's not being unkind to Camogie.
No, it's a reality. It's very true. The ball lands around the middle a lot, so your middle two have to be very strong.
It's a good effort from Emer Hayes. Nice point for Emer Hayes. Put herself in a position where she was able to accept the pass, that little bit of space, and when she got the opportunity, she put it over the bar. 116 to 111. Of course, home advantage is definitely a key ingredient today, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be standing to Wexford, definitely.
So Kate Derrick, she's done well. The young girls.
23 zone.
23. Megan's already on, isn't she? I expected that Aoife McRae, I've seen her hurl with the referee, she's quite good. But then they can't play everybody, and that's an opportunity for Sinead Kiernan.
See, Armagh, if they had been doing this a wee bit earlier in the second half and taking them opportunities for their points.
Is that Sinead's first score?
Yeah, it is. She came on as a substitute.
At half time.
27 minutes played, 116 to 112, 4 points in it. There's very little between the teams. The ball knocked down, and it's good work from Wexford again. Just need to get the ball forward. But Armagh battling hard, I have to say. I have to give them credit. Bernie Murray, she's done as much work as anybody today. Well, that's a lovely catch out of the air, fetch out of the air by Aideen Brennan. She's such a strong runner. And then Roisin Cooney is equally strong, laying the ball off to Megan Cullen. But Megan running into a little bit of traffic, and Armagh grouped very well to stop that momentum, Wexford momentum. And it's another sub, Grace Roach, over on the far side. And sometimes, of course, when you bring on subs, it can upset the rhythm of the team. That's Grace Roach is battling hard for that on the far side. Does really well, doesn't she? And a lovely take and turn for the other substitute who came in and passed out to the far side. Very working yourself into a scoring position. No, that one was Wexford overcomplicating it, really, Kate, weren't they?
Yeah,
when they had a chance, maybe the opportunity is still there. Lovely pick up and a bounce off. Excellent work for one of the subs. This is a chance, but again, Wexford just overcomplicating it a bit, Kate, I think. Just needed someone to stick it over the bar.
Yeah, definitely. And at this
strong run from Roisin Cooney. Roisin Cooney strikes it well. The goalkeeper takes on the boss of the hurl. It's time to clear it. Does well. 28 minutes played. 116 to 112. A loose one out to Aideen Brennan. Aideen Brennan will dispatch it with great confidence, but not accurately. And I've really been impressed with Aideen Brennan.
Yeah, her fielding has been excellent throughout the game.
She's tenacious as well, isn't she?
Yeah, very much so.
Attacks the ball. There's an injury to one of the Armagh players. Might be a bit of cramp because it's been a pretty, it's been a very good game, I have to say.
Yeah, it has been a good performance by both teams.
By both teams, actually. Yeah. Who else in the junior grade should we look at, Mary?
Cavan are performing very well. We played Cavan what did we play Cavan in the league? And it went to a draw and then extra time. I think that might have been in the Ulster series. And Armagh edged them out in extra time. They had better legs. But Cavan's up and coming. They won the Nancy Murray last year. Then they competed in the Premier Junior. Armagh met them in the final, which thankfully Armagh won.
Waterford, of course. Waterford, Kate.
No, Waterford are knocked out now. They're in this group, so yeah. Armagh and Wexford are going through. But you'd say, like, Clare has topped Group 2 and Roscommon there in second place, and you'd have to put Limerick in that.
Limerick I would put in
that
well. Group 3 or the Cavan group.
Yeah.
So it's wide open. Limerick management are here watching. Who let them in? Who told them who was here? Should have told them the game was on Nowlard. Well, we got here early. Actually, you can watch all the games you want, really. You still have to go out and hurl, don't you?
Yeah, they probably didn't need the mileage. They just had to tune in.
This is an opportunity for Eilish Neville, determined run. Yeah, she's found her mark that time. She's contributed 4 points today, Eilish Neville.
Yeah, and a strong performance by Eilish. Probably the only disappointing part from Eilish is that she didn't finish the goal, but her passing around the forwards has been exceptional as well. And 4 points is a good return from a half forward. Yeah,
she's a forward goes for goal. I love to see forwards going for goal. The last thing you want to see them doing is turning back and looking for somebody, but I love to see them going for goal because they'll create the space then. The change on Armagh.
Yes, Grania McWilliams on for Emer Hayes.
Emer Hayes had a good day today too. Wexford on the attack, finishing strongly here. Nice ball off the hand of Emma Tompkins. Ger Halligan roaring and shouting at her, and a free the other way. We're in the 31st minute here, and it's a 5-point margin, 117 and 112, and maybe Wexford just marginally the better team. They recovered well after that goal from Colette McSorley, came so early in the second half. But Wexford, maybe from Armagh's point of view, I know it's nice to get a goal, but maybe it came just that little bit too early in the second half, and the ball is cleared up the field. Wexford there sweeping, pushing forward, Aisling Halligan. Lovely take, brilliant take. Fell over her own player. She was very unlucky. I think it was Megan Cullen, but she was very unlucky.
Yeah, no, brilliant feeling, and as you say, very unlucky. She tripped over her own player and fell to the ground and couldn't get rid of it.
You'd have to give Armagh credit; they haven't given up the hunt.
No, absolutely. 4 points is, it's.
And that's it. Wexford with the win here, 117 to 112. But I think Armagh will be pleased too, Mary.
Yes, listen, it was a great performance by both teams. Wexford definitely took their scoring opportunities better in that second half. Armagh did get within a point of them, but were unable to optimise on that there and push on. But a great performance, great solid performance by both teams.
You can't beat pace, Kate, and Wexford seem to have that little, particularly midfield, Cash and Cooney.
Yeah,
it's a nice name, isn't it? It sounds like solicitors firm with Cash and Cooney to have pace to burn when they get the ball.
And two of them are very similar. They're very physically strong around there and have a great presence, and they're able to push forward, and neither of them are afraid to push and drive down on goal. But you'd probably have to say, reflecting on the game, that Wexford the winning quarter for them was actually just before half time. They outscored Armagh that period 1-6 to 4 points, and other than that, every other quarter of this game was very evenly matched, and in that period when Wexford scored the 168 points, definitely is where they where they finished their performance really.
Yeah.
And some managers take games in quarters. Do you just let it see how they develop, or do you plan it like that in training?
I would imagine they see how it develops really, because Wexford against Waterford, like in the first quarter, Waterford came out and got the goal early on, but Wexford finished quite strong into the half-time mark, and that seems to be when they kind of get their better performances just before half-time. But their response to Armagh's goal just after half-time, I thought that was quite exceptional as well.
I think that was a turning point for Wexford to push on.
And in that quarter it was 1-2 to 5 points, but because Wexford scored the 5 scores, I think that just had you could see Wexford had more momentum than Armagh in that quarter, and their response to that goal, like 4 points on the trot, was a brilliant response to that.
Yeah, and the way now this sits, like it is possible that Armagh Wexford will meet again for the 4th time this year.
I'm assuming they can't meet now unless they meet in the final.
Unless they meet, yeah.
So.
And you'd have to, I don't think it'd be too far off. I wouldn't rule it out, absolutely.
Yeah. But in fairness, we've seen some terrific hurling. Wexford are very strong down the middle, Kate. The core of a team, the says, down the middle, and likewise, Armagh are very strong. The core now, full back, centre back, centre forward, that core line down the middle on both teams seem to be very strong, Kate.
Yeah, big time. And I think both sets of backs are, have a very strong say in it. Like they performed well enough today as well. But I'd agree with you, Liam. Both teams are strong down the middle, and home advantage has to count for something today as well. So I've no doubt that if Armagh and Wexford perform like they can over their next 2 games, please God, that you could see an Armagh Wexford All Ireland, possibly.
We're just biding our time. We're holding out for the big one.
So who did you leave on the bus? Who did you leave sitting on the bus, Mary, that you didn't tell us about? Who's the secret weapon? Who's the secret weapon on the bench, Mary?
We've one girl away. She's getting married in a couple of weeks, so obviously the journey here.
You're not able to talk her out.
No, the journey here today, with COVID and everything, and it's her wedding, so. She made the decision to stay at home today. So she's a normal starter in the half-back line. With Rachel Murray, who's unfortunately out, she's not an option for the rest of the year. She's on crutches and strapped up there. So that there's a miss, and there's a few changes. So it was a different looking team in some respects to what we've been out with previous this year.
You'd have to shout out for the skill level, the way Camogie, it really has jumped in skill level over the years, Kate, hasn't it?
Yeah, and
the pick up, the running, the first touch. It's not just, I remember not being harsh, but I remember 20 years ago it was ground hurling, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose as a spectacle, like Liz, as you say, more often than not, we're always giving out about referees, but I think Liz Dempsey did a good job today, and she let the game flow, and I think that added to the game as well.
Here she is, Chloe Cash. Come on in here, Kate. Chloe, did you enjoy that today? We to bring you out front and face the camera. Thankfully, you'll be on camera. Chloe, you'll be on camera, not me, thankfully. God. But pleased with that. It was a good workout, wasn't it?
Very good. Armagh, we knew it was going to be a tough battle from the very beginning. They've gave us a great game. Every game we've went out, you can always guarantee a good game and a good fight.
And you knew you were through whatever happened today. Did that creep in on the mind before you went out?
No, we didn't let it at all. We just said, look, go out, treat it as a knockout. Hopefully now with the win we'll get straight through to the semi, but hopefully it'll go our way. But you couldn't let that go, because if you went out then the momentum wouldn't be there and you'd just be afraid of losing the game.
Yourself and Roisin know each other's game very well. Obviously you're the same club, so you train together with the club and then you train with the county. How much does it mean to have that knowledge, the two of you?
Oh, it's brilliant. You need it in the midfield. Like, you know, you always can guarantee that she's going to be off your shoulder, or she's going to be there for the support, or if you get caught she's going to cover your back. It's great to have that behind you the whole time.
Good buzz in the squad?
Great, absolutely. It's like a club team. It's like a family. That's it, it's like a family. And everyone's great with each other.
And keen competition for places, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. Never ends. Never ends. There's always a tough battle.
Yeah. And you're through now to the draw. There'll be a draw, it'll be either a quarter final or a semi final. But the good thing is you're through. Well, you knew before today you're through. You think you can go all the way?
Absolutely. I've every faith in this team. We've the work rate. Everyone has each other's back to the very end. Never stop fighting. It's just a constant battle to the very, very end.
With 31 players there has to be competition for places.
Absolutely. Never ends.
29. Sadly, Letty and Haley are long-term injury. Sadly, but
unfortunately, yeah, they would have been a great asset. But look, happens to the best of us.
Armagh are a decent team, aren't they?
Absolutely.
You got very little room in the first 20 minutes, but then you kind of took over the last 10 minutes before half time.
Yeah, we took a bit to get going. They were never going to give us. They were always going to come out with 2 wins over them. They were always going to come out fighting. They always give a good battle till the very, very end.
Well, you had a fine game today, Chloe.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck now in the quarterfinals or semi-finals.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up to us.
Thank you very much.
That's Chloe. Thanks, Chloe. And there we have. Who have we here? Oh, we have the man. I'll pass you the mic, Alan. Although I was calling you Buddy there for a long time, but I'm sure you're pleased with that, and you got a chance to use some of the subs as well.
Yeah, no, it was a good game. Now, look, anytime we played him, this third time we played him this year, and it's been a tough physical battle each time. Look, we know what to bring to the table, and look, we studied, sat knuckle down during the week and studied the way to play, and we watched a bit of video analysis, and look, we just came out the right end again, thank God. The
two Glyn Barntown girls are something else in midfield, they have pace as well, which is what you want from midfielders, and they know each other so well. They're like sisters, really.
Yeah, should have played together. So they play as a club, now they're playing a county, so they know each other well. So look, to have that bond sort of, that they're able to play together, and then that sort of comes into the team. There's a very tight knit group, no matter who you play where. Kate Everett was there the last few days, and Roisin's gone there today, and it doesn't matter where they play, they're happy enough once they're on the field. 2 to 15, they're happy enough, so thank God.
I know that when you're manager and you've a family member that's eligible to play, but I don't think there's any question that Aideen wouldn't start. She loves to attack the ball, which is what you want from a centre back, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I better not say too much, everyone will be getting on to me, but no, look, we're lucky to have her, tell you the truth. She's a great player, she's great assets. She hasn't trained much this week, she's been back injury, so but she was lucky she got through. We held her together with physio. Thank God for Kieran there, he held her together well, so look, she's well worth her spot. I don't think anyone can deny me starting her,
The full back line were tight today, weren't they? There's one goal chance for Armagh. I know that was a super goal that McCharley scored, but it's very hard to stop that anyway. Shot like that.
Yeah, that was a rocket. Look, and Lara was immense in the goal all day, from start to finish. Like, great penalty save, and
very confident.
Yeah, very confident. Like, for such a young girl, I don't think she's even 21 yet. I think she's only 20. So, look, it's a very young team. That's what we have. Like, even our full back line, Clodagh, Aisling, and Sinead, like, they're only one 21. The other two are 20. So, look, we're lucky. We have a very young team, thank God.
You want to, you're developing a building. You wanted to win the game today. Obviously, it's been very tight between the two of you. Now, you have a couple of weeks. I think you'll know on Monday who you're playing now.
Yeah, we're not sure who we're playing, but
look, it is a draw on Monday.
Yeah. So hopefully we're through to semi-final. I'd like to have a 2-week break, but look, if we're a quarter-final next weekend, we're quarter-final next weekend. So we'll just have to prepare for that too. So.
Just to let you know, Limerick are here today watching you.
Yeah, I see them there. I was trying to pick him out who he was. I remember from the last match we played him, but no, he said he enjoyed the match anyway, so thank God.
Yeah, well, it was a good game, Alan, and well done to you and the girls, and a bit of work to do and keen competition for places. You made a few changes today from the last day, and I suppose keep everybody on their toes. Yeah, that's what you want, a big squad.
Yeah, look, we've panelled 31 there. Look, the two the girls named last, they're unlucky they did cruciates. It's first game of the year again down, but look, they're still doing a heavy training session and no one can deny their loyalty to the team, or they're just everything we do, they're there. So thank God. But we've a very strong panel. Like anyone of that 31 can start on any given day. So that's what you need. You need competition for places. Thank
Absolutely.
God.
Well done today, Al.
Cheers. I'd just like to wish Lizzie Kent and the footballers the best of luck, and especially the 4 girls, Aisling, Emma, Ciara and Ailish tomorrow.
Have a tough day tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they can get over the line, and look, wouldn't it be great if the two of us could get to Crow Park in the 1 year.
Yeah, it just shows you how talented they are.
Yeah, that's it. They're a great talented bunch, so that's it. Best of luck to them tomorrow.
Thanks indeed.
Thanks, Liam. Thank
well
you.
done, Alan. That's Alan Brennan. Kate Kelly is back here. Kate, we have a final word here. You're talking to Stella Sinnott there. Stella and myself will be in Park Equive, South East Radio next Friday, like Saturday evening, live commentary. And you'll be early though, not like Kelly turning into the last minute. But overall, I think both teams will be happy, and we did forget to give a shout out for the few girls that are playing the Football All-Ireland semi-final tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, and best luck to
and
them.
You were a good footballer yourself, so you'd like to see Lizzie Kent. She's done a good job in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, a work colleague of mine, Lizzie, and they've done great work over the last few weeks, and they'll be looking forward to tomorrow. They've nothing to lose, and Laois will be tough opponents, but I think they'll go at it and they'll enjoy playing it. But just in relation to the junior, this team as well, like the draw for this will be this weekend, and they'll be out next weekend in their quarter final as well as our senior
no
team.
break.
So they'll be out the 21st, the 28th, and potentially that's it, the 21st for quarterfinals, 28th for semi-finals, and the 12th for.
As a player, is that
finals.
a good thing, Kate, that you play every week? I personally think every
so.
other sport, they play soccer every weekend, they play rugby every weekend.
Yeah,
is it much of a problem?
No, I don't think so. I do think, though, if you play about 3 weeks in a row, it is nice to have 1 weekend off to recuperate and get back, because it is a more physical
niggles
game.
or knocks, yeah.
Absolutely.
So aside from the games, you have maybe 2 sessions in the week as well, and then if you're training with your clubs, so all the club championships in Ulster, I know they're not starting until this is. I think it's the same
in
with
Wexford,
yourselves.
absolutely.
So it's the commitment from the girls on both teams, whether they're working or students, or that they're travelling up and down to trainings and stuff like that. There, it's just.
Is it the one positive from COVID? That the inter-county games are finished and then.
Well, there's mixed opinions. I think it's good that it's split, because you're not overkilling girls. Do you know what I mean? Some girls are dual players for their clubs, with football and that there. And then if they're playing county and their club championships running up, and it's where the loyalties lie and where do they invest most of their time. And it's very hard for management teams at county, to avail of the best players in the county when club championships are going on. So I would advocate for it, but it is a very long season then for the girls.
I just think this year is probably just an unusual year for it, because championship wasn't allowed to start till the middle of May. Like next year you'd hope that inter-county might start their leagues in February or whatever, and they'll run up to the middle of June, and club championship will get a little bit of summer months as well. So I just think this year, I think people have to be
just
patient. Is an exception, yeah, and it's COVID year.
But the association and all the respective county boards, I think, are doing great work. And the live stream is a great fallout from COVID as well. I think it's
huge.
Great to see so many Camogie games
going
out
on social.
Could get a decent
commentator, would be even better.
That would add to the process, absolutely.
Well, listen, girls, appreciate your company today. Thanks, Kate, and we're going to meet on the road somewhere in the next couple of weeks. And Mary, you be careful on that road in that Audi A6. And for God's sake, go easy with that right foot. But thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
We wish Armagh obviously the best of luck, and we wish Wexford the best of luck. And they'll know their fate on Monday. The draw is going to be made on Monday. Thanks to Finbar on camera, and thanks to Buffers Alley again for looking after us so royally here. We were well looked after today. I don't know why, because
we'll just have to clean up now.
Yeah, we have to clean up now. But thanks, girls. Thanks to Finbar, and we'll talk to you very soon.